Okay, YouTube, this is Acid Roots, and welcome back to the new setting. It's been since summer since we've seen me like this, but once again, I'm here to do some reviews. So, with this, we have Nickelback's All the Right Reasons. Now, this album went 8 times platinum. It had 5 songs on it that hit the top 20 of the Billboard Hot 100 itself. And for a rock album, this is extremely, extremely good. Now, obviously, when you get to that level of popularity, I think to a certain extent, Nickelback was one of the largest rock bands out of 2005, 6, and early 2007. Now, the problem with a rock album getting this big, I know I complain about an album being under promoted, but this one, some of these songs are probably just earworm, kind of just drives you batshit crazy because you heard it too much. And the thing is it's not just one song where that happened, it's several, definitely more than 3. So obviously I can ignore the huge singles off this project, but it's kind of, I feel like some folks dislike Nickelback, which is kind of funny, but I do not. And I reviewed their Silver Side Up album, which had a large song with this one, trumps that completely. So I'm gonna look up some information so I can grade this album properly. So yeah, this album pretty much went in chronological order. First song you're gonna probably recognize is Photograph. Now this was a mega hot song, did better than a lot of rock songs out of the 2000s decade, but it's kind of cheesy. Now the only thing about that is if you're just looking for pop rock, some of you folks may want like songs that you can listen with anyone. This is pretty uniform rock, but the main problem with it is it is also very soft. So this is kind of one of those albums where they realized if they were going to sell millions, they had to kind of tone down some of the effects of it. Now, the difference between rap doing this is rap does not really get watered down. It has possibilities to, but people have caught on to this. This is why Drake doesn't go 6 and 8 times platinum, but back in 2006 this was entirely possible. And the main thing about it is they can and did emphasize that. So as to whether or not I have any concern, I really can't see myself ever listening to Photograph or Far Away or Rockstar. But those are 3 songs right there that were also singles, but you could probably hear on a pop rock radio station. And it gets to the point where, since it's Billboard, pop is going to play this. So it's not just a rock song, it's also a pop song in some cases. Now, obviously, 2005 is becoming 12 years ago, but I think if you're lucky, you may just hear a few of these. Now, the Nickelback of the old, the post-grunge and alternative metal style, there's really only one song that does that on this album, and that is the song Savin Me. Now, I appreciated this song quite a bit, and it was a nice touch to see how they have come along and their style, but whole thing is there's just not nearly enough. I definitely would have sought this out and put at least a second song just like it. It's kind of depressing. The beat is, the instruments in there, but I that was one of the best songs on that project. Uh, let's see, Animals is that one kind of sounds like Control by Puddle of Mud. Starts off slow and thumping, but then winds up being more of a gnarly song. The first 2 songs on this album do that also. And then Side of a Bullet is the hardest song on here. That's the gnarliest song, and I enjoyed that. That's so out of 2 singles, or out of 7 singles, I only wound up liking 2. And 3. Animals, Savin' Me, and Side of a Bullet, to me, were the best radio songs from the project. But obviously, with 7, you can't go wrong. It's pretty much means that there's something for everyone as far as a rock type album. And then the last single was If Everyone Cared, which I kind of feel like is kind of trying to be post grunge, but it also has a piano in the song, and it doesn't. They take on the Evanescence style, and they don't do it as well as they do. So Nickelback style is more just songs like Animals. That seems to be like where they're in their prime. That seems to be what their sweet spot is. And songs like Savin' Me, those seem like the best moments that Nickelback does, but they seem to handle pop rock pretty well as well. So out of 11 songs, I like 5, plus a song I was on the fence about, which was If Everyone Cared. So really, the 5 songs that you need to hear are Follow You Home, Fight for All the Wrong Reasons, Animals, Savin' Me, and Side of a Bullet. And then the almost song was If Everyone Cared. So that takes care of that. And the social score obviously gets a 10. I think most people will find something that they like in probably more than 2 songs. So that's no question. It went 8 times platinum. Everyone knows this CD. But a question mark for me was why everyone hates Nickelback, because to me this felt like something that was just played everywhere. People had their songs and listened to it, and the radio probably blew it out of proportion. But when something gets played to death, I've noticed that the radio does not ever play Limp Bizkit, at least where I live. And I think, they obviously went 6 and 7 times platinum, but I can't figure out why, just because people hate them, just because whatever reason. So I'm curious, but I don't despise them, resent them, or anything like that. They seem to make rock music exceptional. Songs like Savin' Me, they need to do that more. I hope that their 2008 album does this. But yeah, so this album is going to get a 6 out of 10. And yeah, I said a 10 social. Can this record be topped? I think it could. Maybe not in terms of the promotion and effectiveness that it had, but probably could have just done their style like they were, because I don't remember reviewing Silver Side Up, and I want to listen to that again. So I'm curious to see if they completely abandoned what they were doing, because this, from what I've seen, this is definitely a mainstream album. This is like something that is in coffee talk and everyday conversation, or at least it was 10 years ago. So, but yeah, the future Nickelback dropped in 2014, so they should be about due right about now. Subscribe for more fun.